Hey guys, it's Sandeep from RevAtlas, and in today's video we're going to be reviewing the Mi Truly Wireless Earphones 2 and letting you know whether this is worth the asking price or not. Now before we get this started, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also turn on notifications for more videos like this. Now let's begin the video. Now in terms of design and ergonomics, the Mi Truly Wireless Earphones 2 stands out from the crazy influx of earphones that have come in. Sure, from far it kind of looks similar to the Apple AirPods, but actually when you look at it in person, it is actually very different. And for starters, the case has a flat top and bottom, which means there's less surface area for it to rest on, and you can also keep it standing like this compared to a product like the Realme Buds Air, which actually you need to lay it on its back or on its front. And also considering that this has a matte finish in white color, it doesn't pick up scratches very easily, nor do you see fingerprints, which is more than you can say with the Realme Buds Air, which easily picks up scratches as well as fingerprints. Now in terms of the the basic design itself, it quite reminds you of the Mi ecosystem products, somewhat like the water purifier itself. It's very understated, very simple design, but I kind of dig it because at least it stands out and is unique compared to most of the other offerings which have a very similar shape, and that way I don't really mind this. The hinge is quite sturdy, it does not actually flap open much and it actually stays in place. The earphones too have a stem type design that's similar to AirPods, but what you'll notice the first time you actually pick it up is that the stems are quite a bit thick. But then again, this doesn't actually come in the way of functioning, or actually in terms of you wearing, it's not really uncomfortable either. These are light enough to wear for extended durations without any ear fatigue either. But one thing that I don't like personally is the fact that these are a one size fits all thing and does not go into your ear canal. And while I did not have any issues of this actually falling out, even when I shook my head rigorously, I actually still felt that I prefer in-ear type of design. And one of the reasons for that is the fact that you can get truly isolated from your surroundings, while in these one size fits all kind of design, what happens is you have to increase the volume in order to isolate yourself from the outside sound, and it also drowns out some of the listening experience as well. In terms of controls, these actually use touch sensitive controls that are located on the upper portion of the stems, and these do not actually recognize a single tap because that would accidentally trigger some of the taps and functions. So a double tap is minimum, and a double tap on the right side pauses or resumes media. And I mentioned right side because the left side double click brings up the assistant, and the same remains unless say you're using only one earphone, in which double tap, say even the left earphone alone, will play or pause the media. This also has wear detection, and you can see the sensor here, and what this means is that when you take it out of your ear, it will automatically pause, and when you put it back in, it will automatically play as well. Now this also works in terms of answering calls. You can just double tap to answer calls, and I wish there was a way to actually skip tracks or go to previous ones, and you currently need to use your phone or whatever device that you have connected in order to do it, and there's no way to customize the controls either, so you're stuck with whatever this comes with by default. So that is something that I wish was more customizable, but then some people might be okay with it, some people might not be okay with it. Now in terms of audio quality, the Mi TWS is quite good with good dynamic range, punchy bass and loud volume output. And like I said, because these don't fully isolate outside sound and there's no noise cancellation, you need to actually pump up the volume quite a bit in order to listen to it properly, especially in loud situations. But then again, in most situations I didn't really have to use the max volume either. Now in terms of music, I found these to be pretty good, and in terms of gaming as well, the latency was low too. But one thing that I found that could have been better is basically the call quality. I found that the call quality was not all that great, especially in terms of the mic that relayed our sound to the party at the other end could have been a bit better. In fact, I found the earbuds S was doing a bit better. I think maybe some tweaking is required on these earphones in order to make them better, so I hope that they will do the same. Apart from that, you get a sort of connectivity feature where it shows up as a pop-up and shows you the battery life that's there on the charging case, as well as the earphones and supported phones such as the Mi 10. And it also supports LHDC, which is supposed to be much better in terms of audio quality. However, if you're using streaming services such as YouTube, Spotify, or most of these other things which don't really support high-res audio, then you won't see much of a difference between a regular AAC codec and the LHDC mode. However, you will notice a difference if you use Tidal or any other high bitrate file, but then again it's not too evident, I would say, in this particular example. You will notice some a difference in it, but again it's not a world of a difference like what they claim. Now coming to the battery life, one full charge gives you around 4 hours of usage on a single usage, and it will depend also on the volume that you listen to it, and also what type of media you're consuming, be it video, be it for gaming, be it for calls, or be it for music itself. Now this charges over a USB type C port, and the case also gives you totally around 10 hours in terms of battery life with the charging that it is able to provide the earphones itself. But one thing that's missing is basically the wireless charging. So I feel at a price point of rupees 4499, these should have come with wireless charging, considering that they also look kind of capable of wireless charging, but they don't support it. So the two main issues I had with this was, one, the wireless charging support was not there, which I feel at this price point should have been there, and the other thing being the basic design itself, which again is not an issue with Xiaomi, but basically a trait of how earphones like this function, and I personally am not a fan of it. But otherwise, in terms of sound quality, they were pretty good. In terms of the Bluetooth connection, they were very stable. In terms of usage, they were very fine, and even in terms of battery life, they were overall very good. Now, will I recommend this over other offerings in the market, such as the Realme Buds Air? So I personally prefer the Mi Wireless over the Realme Buds Air, but my favorite in this segment was a earphone that I showed earlier, which was the Oppo Enco W31, and I actually don't have it right now with me, but that would be my favorite device in this particular price range, and I'll link the review to that as well at the end. But overall, this is still my second favorite offering in this particular price range. And if you have any questions, do let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching this video. See you again in the next one, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.